Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be responding to someone who has worked as a nurse for a few years and is looking to make a career change into a field that allows them to use their creativity and problem-solving skills. So, let's go ahead and get into it. They say, "Hi, I'm 26 and I've been working as a nurse for 5 years now. The thing is, I've never wanted to be a nurse. Why I pursued it is a different story. Don't get me wrong, I'm not actually terrible at what I do, but it strains me a lot. I feel like it's making me anxious and it's not something that's healthy for me. This toxic feeling for me has been going on even before COVID. I've been trying to save so that in a few years' time I can go back to school. I just don't know what to take. My interest would be something on the creative side like music and arts production. I make art sometimes and I feel like I have a great connection with music. I love reading and playing video games, so with these I think it's okay to say that I can have or really enjoy creativity and imagination. If I'm going to make use of the science part of my bachelor's degree, I'm really into forensics as well. I am posting this to Canvas on what possible careers I can choose to pursue based on the following. Very minimal customer interaction. Ironic that I'm a nurse, I know. Career where I can be part of producing something and actually see a product or result. Somewhere I can use strategy and problem solving skills. Do real life forensic scientists experience this? Somewhere I can make creative solutions to stuff, explore possibilities and experiment on ideas, preferably a flat organization, not hierarchical. Making a decent amount of money would be great. I'm an INTP, if that helps someone who will read this, even though I'm not sure if this is helpful info. That's a Myers-Briggs type. I know my question is vague, but I just want to hear from people's suggestions on careers that I can look into because even though I'm not in the college age anymore, I really want to change my career path and I know it's never too late." So the first thing that actually popped into my head was a graphic designer or even an interior designer. Both are jobs that use a lot of creativity, problem solving, and innovation. The good thing with graphic design is that it is a pretty stable field. Depending on what you do, it can be pretty lucrative as well. And you may not have a lot of customer interaction if you work in like a firm setting where a customer, say, comes in and places an order with like a salesman, and then they just bring you the specs and the project details, and then you just kind of go from there and use your creativity to kind of come up with something that you think the customer would like. Another good thing about that career is you can get a good education and experience by just going to a tech school, and you get a degree in a couple of years, max. It's also a good field because you can use it as a side hustle from home too and make extra money that way. I had a friend who went to school for web and graphic design. He went to a technical school, and right after he graduated, he started his own website design company and made a decent amount of money until he found a really good paying job. This allowed him to build up his portfolio too, so he was able to apply for better jobs. With interior design, I wasn't necessarily thinking of a person, those people that show up and say where to put furniture in like a house. I was thinking of more along the lines of the person who either like possibly designs ergonomic furniture or helps or works as like a consultant to help businesses kind of develop new ways of, creating green space. That's kind of the new kind of trend in, companies trying to make their buildings more green or more aesthetically pleasing, but also more energy efficient and things like that, and also more workplace safe for their employees. And again, I think this is an area that's going to become bigger or the field that's going to become bigger as people transition to working from home permanently, and as business rethink the whole like green space, workplace safety, and things like that. So I guess my big question though is, what is your primary goal in changing? Is it to find a less hectic environment, a better paying one that has little interaction with people? The first thing you need to do is, think about what it is about nursing that you hate, other than the toxicity of the job and the fact that it's stressful, So, for instance, just say for a second that you actually love nursing. What makes that job not a fit for you? Try to take your emotions out of the picture for a second. If it's just because you don't like working with people, then you really need to look at your involvement with, or what your involvement with people is going to be in that next potential field. In forensics, I imagine you have quite a bit of interaction with other people, where you discuss what happened, you go through data, you work with law enforcement officials, different higher ups, and there's going to be a certain level of conflict if there are disputes as to what you find and what it means. I also imagine it to be fairly stressful as there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with, details to organize and pay attention to. And people's lives are going to be changed based on what you find. So if you're looking to get away from that kind of stress, it may not be the best route to go. Anything in forensics, too, is probably going to be hierarchical. Lots of people are going to have to sign off on things, lots of red tape to get the okay on what you can and can't do, legal implications, all of that. Also, I don't know how much schooling you really need to do to get into forensics to be a marketable candidate where you'll make decent money. You may have to get, you're probably going to have to get another bachelor's at the least and possibly a master's if you really want to make money. So I guess I'm a bit unsure of which direction you really want to go since, forensics isn't a typical 9 to 5, where you do your work and you go home type of job with no stress. So do you want more of that type of environment, which again, will more than likely be hierarchical, or do you want to punch a clock or work consistent hours behind a desk and just do your projects and go home when the day is over, which in that case, there may not be a lot of opportunity to express creativity either. Again, and also with forensics, back to forensics, there's not going to be a lot of creative expression in forensics either. Problem solving maybe, but there's going to be very specific ways that you have to do things in order for your data to be valid. I think narrowing down the type of field you want to be in is where you need to start too. Think about what you absolutely do not want to do, and then consider what is most important to you to have in a job in terms of creativity, problem solving, and all of that. How much time do you want to spend back in school? List all of those things out and then choose fields that match those criteria. Right now, it sounds like you have different ideas and you're kind of all over the place, so you need to really condense it down. Anyways, I hope this helps a little bit. If you'd like to speak more, let me know. I'm more than willing to chat. Otherwise, good luck. And if you like this video, please give me a like or subscribe and share. Otherwise, good luck, and I will see you later.